The Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 and the Garmin Venu 2 are two of my favorite smartwatches, and they are actually two of the best smartwatches you can get in a price region of $400. Hey folks, my name is Leonard, you're watching a product review, and that's me. So what's the plan for today? So we're not going to talk about every little feature since I already covered both these watches in separate videos. So if you want to check them out, I will leave the link in the description below. So we're only going to compare the differences of these two watches. So what's on the list for today? So first up, we're going to talk about the navigation. As for next, the battery life, the health tracking and the accuracy of it, watch faces, and for last, we will talk about the built-in GPS, voice assistant and some specs. Maybe not in that particular order, but we're going to talk about all of it. Now let's start with the navigation. And the Samsung watches, they're kind of unique in that way that they're the only watches that have a haptic bezel on the active model, or they have a rotatable bezel on the classic version for navigation through your different tiles. And that is pretty cool. This one also lets you control the music volume. If you have your music player open up, you can scroll through your different messages or apps. Of course, you can also use the two fingers to swipe left and right, or the two physical buttons on the side of the watch for going back to the home screen or open up apps. The Garmin Venu 2 is more of a classic smartwatch. So if you want to go through your different tiles and control your music, or want to open up apps and stuff like that, you need to swipe up and down, left and right, or you use the two physical buttons on the side of the watch. These two buttons can be bound to your different apps, like My Sport modes for the upper button, or you can open up your settings and quick panel by giving them a little longer press. And basically, that's all there is to say about the navigation, so let's head over to the battery life. The difference in the battery life of these two watches is huge. The Garmin Venu 2 lasts about 10 whole days on normal usage, which is pretty damn good. Since there are not too many smartwatches out there with all of these features and still have a good battery life. And it only takes about 1.5 hours until it's fully charged. The Galaxy Watch 4 lasts way shorter with only about a day and a half on normal usage. Unfortunately, that is a problem with all of the Samsung smartwatches, but also for smartwatches like the Huawei Watch 3 or the Fossil Gen 5. So just keep in mind that you have to treat this watch like a smartphone and charge it every day or every night, depends on when you want to charge it. Now again, a cool feature that you have with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 is that you can either charge it normally via your charging cable, or if you have a Samsung smartphone, you can turn the wireless power sharing on and charge your smartwatch on the back of your phone. Pretty cool, right? By the way, I'm using the 42mm Bluetooth version, just to let you know. Let's talk about the built-in GPS. And I gotta tell you up front that both of them are actually pretty good. Now, they're not 100% accurate, of course, so you walk on the wrong street side, inside some houses, or you take a dive into a river when you happen to walk right next to one. But let me give you some examples on the way it looks. First up, let's take a look at the Galaxy Watch 4. So you can either open it up on the watch for a rough overview, and we actually have a tiny map of the route over there as well. But if you want to have a closer look, we have to open up the Samsung Health app. So if you click the little arrow button on the top right corner, we get a close look over the route. And as you can see, the GPS definitely works a little bit better outside of the city. It's basically spot on, but in the city, as you can see, the line's getting a little bit more curvy. So it's not that accurate over there, but still not too shabby. And now let's take a look at the Garmin Venu 2. So of course I took the exact same route as I always do. And when I open up the Garmin Connect app and go to my last walking workout and tap the map once, after a short zoom effect, we get the route. And as you can see, we kind of get the same results as with the Galaxy Watch 4. Outside of the city in our little park, the built-in GPS works a whole lot better than inside of the city. So if we see the lines at the start of my workout, they're basically bouncing up and down like on a heartbeat monitor. Before we continue with the video, now's the time to hit the subscribe and the like button, and also click the notification bell if you want to see more smartwatch reviews. They're actually pretty good. Now speaking of the heart rate, let's check out how accurate these two watches are in the sport activity tracking and what health tracking features we get. Garmin is known for its sport devices, and they definitely prove that. Heartbeat wise, this one was spot on and was only off by like 2.5% on the step counting. The way I do it is like I walk 1,000 steps and I count, and then I see the difference. Pretty basic. Now the Galaxy Watch 4 is quite a bit off in the heartbeat, but step-wise, it was like spot on. It was only off by like 3%, which is really nothing. And also the mileage was almost the same as with the Garmin Venu 2. Now, as I mentioned, the heart rate wasn't that great. On average, when I was doing a walking workout, was on 98 beats per minute, and I had a high of 135 beats per minute, which is a little bit too high as well for a walking workout. The Garmin Venu 2 was a little bit better. On this one I had an average heart rate of 87 beats and a high of only 100 beats. As for the health tracking features, we get a whole bunch of features on the Galaxy Watch 4. So of course we get a sleep tracker, heart rate tracker and a stress tracker, and they all look pretty awesome on the watch. And we also get an SpO2 tracker, an ECG function right on the watch as well, and all we have to do is put our finger on the top right button, and after 30 seconds you get your results. And that's pretty damn cool. And that's not even all, you also have a blood pressure feature on that one, which to be honest I have not tested, since you actually need the real blood pressure gadget first, and obviously I don't have one, and I don't think that too many other people have one either, so that's a little bit odd. But I looked it up on other videos and it actually works quite well. The Garmin Venu 2 may not have an ECG function or a blood pressure measurement, but it has one other feature to the ones that I've just mentioned, which is the respiration rate tracker, which tracks the amount of breath you take per minute. Now there's one more health tracking feature that I have not mentioned before, and this is the body composition feature that we get on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4. For that you only have to put your middle and ring finger on the two buttons, and after that the watch will tell you your body composition, which is body fat, body water, fat mass, BMR, BMI, and all of the stats that I actually would never tell anyone, but that's pretty awesome. The watch faces on these two devices are something that we gotta talk about. Now both of them have a whole bunch of different watch faces to choose from. Now the Garmin Venu 2 has motion to some of the watch faces, and also the watch faces are customizable to a certain degree. It always depends on what watch face you are on, so you can basically change the background, the apps and the style of the clock, and that's already it. Now the Galaxy Watch 4 has some pretty awesome watch face features. First up, we can change the color of each watch face individual on the watch itself or in the Galaxy Wearable app. Depending on your watch face, you can change different things. Like analog ones, you can change the hands and the background. On the digital ones, you can change the colors, and something that is called complications, which is actually just a bunch of different metrics that you can put on your watch face as well. Another cool feature on the Galaxy Watch 4 is that you can match your watch face to the style that you are wearing. You just have to take a picture of yourself, and the watch face AI creates a whole bunch of different watch faces. One thing the Garmin Venu 2 does not have is a voice assistant, which the Galaxy Watch 4 has. Now right here we have the Bixby voice assistant, which is working perfectly fine in my opinion. It picks up your words super fast and understands you quite well. It is perfect for things like setting an alarm, starting your workout, calling your friends in a quicker way, or finding out how the weather is today. You can either start Bixby by long pressing the upper button, or just say hi Bixby. So let me show you some examples right quick. Hey Bixby, start running workout. Alarm 5 minutes. The last point on my list are the specs, and believe me when I tell you that these two watches are quite different. Now the Galaxy Watch 4 has a whopping 16 gigs of internal storage for music, pictures and all kinds of apps. You have 1.5 gigs of internal RAM, so everything runs super smoothly in that one, and you have a huge list of sensors. So you have like an ambient light sensor, you have a barometer, you have an accelerometer, you have a geomagnetic sensor, and some sensors that I cannot even pronounce, which is the bioelectrical impedance analysis sensor, whatever that is. This watch is also water resistant up to 5 ATM, have Bluetooth and LTE depending on what version you choose, and it has that juicy Super AMOLED touch display with a resolution of 396 by 396 pixels for the 42mm version. Whereas the Garmin Venu 2 has an AMOLED touch display as well and a resolution of 416 by 416 pixel for the 45mm version. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM, has a stainless steel bezel just like the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, but it only has a plastic case, whereas the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 has a stainless steel case as well. The Venu 2 also has a compass, barometer, gyro, accelerometer and an ambient light sensor, and of course both of these watches are compatible with iOS and Android devices. Now folks, that's already it for the video. If you like it, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and also click the notification bell so you never miss out on any new content. If you want to see more videos, I have some right here for you guys. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace!